For the first time, the widow saw the man eating raw, uncooked food. Her anger flared, and she swallowed nervously. Then she brought over a large bowl of nourishing vegetables to help the man replenish his strength. She then grabbed the fire from his hands, being overly attentive, and she said, "I don't know why, but I just love the smell on you, Zhuji. Don't go. If you really stay, I'll serve you for the rest of my life." However, despite the widow's affectionate confession, Zhuji remained silent. The widow thought he was just shy. But, as soon as the nourishing food was finished, that very night, Zhuji turned around and appeared with another woman in the fields. The widow saw this from a distance and, feeling heartbroken, could only silently mourn. The next day, on her husband's memorial day, the widow put on mourning clothes and went to his grave. But when she was near the fields, she heard Zhuji's voice. It turned out that the passionate affair from the night before had lasted all night. The widow could not tolerate this anymore, so she deliberately screamed. The two reluctantly walked out. To the widow's surprise, Zhuji's lover turned out to be the most beautiful girl in the village, Yingzi. Perhaps driven by jealousy, the widow could not help but curse at Yingzi, calling her a red fox and saying, "You shameless woman, aren't you afraid of lightning striking you down?" However, Yingzi was not affected by the widow's harsh words. She was a fiery personality and immediately retorted, "You're the fox. Zhuji is just your household worker. I want him to marry me openly, and it serves you right to be mad." The tension between the two women was thick with hostility, but Zhuji remained silent and neutral, favoring neither side. His relationship with Yingzi was one of love, while his connection with the widow was due to the late husband's final request. It turned out that Zhuji wasn't a native of the village. He had fled from Shandong years ago during a famine and was taken in by the widow's late husband, who treated him like a brother. Even after the husband passed away, Zhuji still worked diligently every day. As for Yingzi, her father tried to advise her to stop associating with Zhuji after the scandal, but Yingzi was unfazed and continued with her work. After her mother passed away, Yingzi and her father were left to rely on each other. Her father wasn't against Zhuji, but he feared the widow might cause trouble. Yingzi, however, did not heed her father's warnings. One day, after an argument with Zhuji, the widow apologized and tried to make amends. She tearfully reminded him that it was her late husband who had saved him from destitution and took him in as a worker. Yet Zhuji made it clear that he was in love with Yingzi, which broke the widow's heart. She realized she might lose him for good and tried to appeal to his conscience, but Zhuji remained distant, torn by his loyalty to the widow's husband. As time went on, Yingzi and Zhuji's relationship deepened. The widow, unable to let go of him, began using her son to try to manipulate Zhuji's feelings. Yet, despite her efforts, the bond between Zhuji and Yingzi grew stronger. Eventually, the widow heard that Yingzi's father had arranged a marriage for her, which made her happy as she thought this might end the romance. However, her actions only helped Zhuji and Yingzi, as the arranged suitor was stopped from reaching Yingzi by Zhuji's intervention. Not long after, Yingzi informed Zhuji that she was pregnant. The widow, devastated, realized she had lost Zhuji for good. During this time, a mountain traveler who had been staying with the widow noticed her pain and tried to console her, even confessing that he had developed feelings for her. After spending a night talking, the widow began to heal and let go of her attachment to Zhuji. When the annual ginseng hunting season came, Zhuji volunteered to climb a dangerous mountain cliff to search for ginseng, which was crucial for the village's survival. After a perilous climb, he found a rare couple ginseng, which villagers believed was a treasure that could bring prosperity. However, the villagers' ignorance led them to believe that whoever found the couple ginseng would have bad luck, and they decided to sacrifice Zhuji to the mountain god. When Yingzi found out, she ran to Zhuji's side, but the villagers were adamant about their decision. Just as Zhuji and Yingzi were about to be sacrificed, the widow, seeing their fate, secretly came to their rescue. She managed to save them from the mountain, but after they were safe, the widow asked them to leave the village for good. Zhuji and Yingzi left, and the widow, in turn, decided to leave with her son, following the mountain traveler who had shown her kindness. In the story, we see how the character of Cuihuan struggles with letting go of her past, particularly her attachment to Shizhu. Despite his clear feelings for another woman, Cuihuan clings to the hope that their relationship will remain the same. Her jealousy and desire to control the situation lead to frustration and hurt, showing how clinging to something that no longer serves you can cause emotional turmoil. Ultimately, Cuihuan's journey teaches us the importance of embracing change and accepting that sometimes, letting go is the healthiest choice. Through selfless acts, like helping Shizhu and Yingzi in their time of need, Cuihuan is able to move forward. The story emphasizes that true healing comes from releasing control, allowing for new beginnings, and finding peace through self-acceptance and compassion for others.